Hi there, welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall. February is here and it's off to a busy start with plenty of events for you and your family to check out this week. So joining us with a few ideas for us are Visit Buffalo Niagara's president and CEO, Patrick Kaler. Thanks so much for being here, Patrick.
Thanks
and we are starting with a little basketball. The Harlem Globetrotters are in town.
This is exciting because the first time I ever saw the Harlem Globetrotters was in my high school gymnasium, like in the 1970s.
Wow.
And now they're at the KeyBank Center. This is huge. So on Friday night at 7 o'clock, you can go and see the Harlem Globetrotters. It's so exciting. What they do on the court is just so much fun. So tickets are still available online, and this is a great show. And they've been around since 1927.
It's so hard to believe that it is their 100th anniversary season. It's
Isn't
amazing.
that amazing?
Yeah. And they're, like you said, you remember seeing them as a kid and you can enjoy it into adulthood. So they'll be here Friday night at KeyBank Center. In theater, a dark comedy drama is coming to Williamsville, where a sealed box in a small town library sparks a battle over secrets, loyalty, and the truth. So what's this one all about?
Exactly. I mean, and it sounds really dark and serious, but it's actually a comedy. And so this is on Friday and Saturday at Canterbury Woods Performing Arts Center in Williamsville, as you said, 5 and 7 p.m. performances. Tickets can still be purchased online. And this is a brand new first work play. So nobody else has seen this yet.
So a debut.
Exactly.
Very nice. And over at the Botanical Gardens, families can check out the educator-led story time happening this Saturday, featuring nature-themed books and activities. This is for kids under 5.
Exactly. So this will be at 10 o'clock on Saturday at the Botanical Gardens. They're also going to have props, and I love a good prop. So, and again, as you said, this is for the little kids, so early childhood, 5 and under. Great way to spend some time indoors.
Yes.
Then check out the flora and fauna inside the Botanical Gardens. And it's all part of the admission fee to get into the Botanical
Oh, wonderful.
Gardens.
Yeah, a lot of the story times happen during the week. So if you can't go during the week, this is a Saturday morning opportunity for you, and somewhere warm and tropical when it's going to probably be in the single digits again. So also happening this Saturday is something just for the grown-ups. Wine lovers can sip and savor their way through the Buffalo Wine and Chocolate Festival. This is happening at the Statler.
Exactly. So there are 2 sessions, as you said, from 1 until 4 and then 5 until 8. Tickets are still available online for this as well. But again, as you said, the wineries and the wine enthusiasts will all be gathering at the Statler. Lots of food and fun. You saw the chocolate fountain there, so there's going to be lots of chocolate as well. Other vendors will be on display as well, so you can buy some goods and food and clothing and jewelry. So a good time to go out and support our local wineries. And a portion of the proceeds will go to the Beneath Our Feet Home Beneath Our Feet.
Yes. Wonderful. And just getting into the Valentine's Day spirit there.
Exactly.
So perfect time of year. And finally, something for the chess lovers. We don't always give the chess lovers a lot of love.
You really don't. And I always think, I really need to learn how to play chess. And I always think I'm going to put an app on my phone, and maybe I will. And then one of these days I'll go out to Silo City. But next Tuesday on the 10th, you can go at 6 p.m. to Duende. And they'll have people of many different skill levels playing chess, and it's free to enter, and there will be a custom trophy for the winner.
Really cool. And if you can't make it, it sounds like they do this on select Tuesdays throughout the year.
Yes. Yep.
Very
so a nice indoor activity as well.
Yes, we're keeping up with those indoor activities. We're also hoping that the Ice Fest at Canalside is still scheduled for this Saturday, as far as we know. So that's another big one.
Fingers crossed. I'll be at the visitor center if it happens.
If it happens, I'm all bundled up and helping people warm up inside.
Right.
Patrick, where can people find more information about all of these events and others happening around town every week?
Sure, you're going to go to visitbuffalo.com and follow us on all the social media platforms. Visit Buffalo.
Patrick Kaler is the president and CEO of Visit Buffalo. Thanks for being here on Most Buffalo. And from Buffalo to the big game, 4 local rescue dogs are stepping into the national spotlight at this year's Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet. Take a look. Buddy's Second Chance Rescue is no stranger to the Puppy Bowl. This is their 5th year sending dogs to the competition.
So Josh Allen got his name obviously because of our MVP, Josh Allen from the Buffalo Bills. And every year we have an amazing dog that enters the Puppy Bowl for the last 5 years. And every year they get a name variation of Josh Allen.
This year's Buddies pups, Josh Howlin and Pickles, were selected by the Puppy Bowl casting team and have already found their forever homes.
It's such a recognition to have our dogs at the Puppy Bowl. It's on a national stage. Millions of people watch the Puppy Bowl every single year. That's huge for people to see that a little small rescue from, Buffalo, Western New York is on this national platform. It's such an honor and such a recognition for us. We love it.
Nickel City Canine Rescue is based out of Williamsville and also getting its moment in the spotlight.
And we were lucky enough to have 2 of our dogs at Nickel City selected to be in the Puppy Bowl.
The show was taped back in October, and for one pup named Mac, viewers may notice a big difference.
Mac is very large now and will continue to grow because she's only 7 months now, but at the time of taping, that was a few months ago now, so she was much, much smaller. So you will definitely see changes from the taping to what she looks like right now.
For both rescues, the Puppy Bowl is about more than the adorable touchdowns. It's about exposure, adoption, and celebrating the volunteers who make it all possible.
It gives me a sense of pride for not just myself and the organization, but for everyone who puts so much time and effort into it. They get to sit there and say, that was a dog that I approved for adoption, or I fostered that dog. That's huge for them because they are all volunteers.
The Puppy Bowl kicks off February 8th at 2 p.m. on Animal Planet. And with the Super Bowl officially less than a week away, 2 local cat rescues are also getting in on the excitement. Look how adorable. Over the weekend, the 10 Lives Club brought its county kittens to Buffalo Riverworks to take on the Buffalo Animal Shelter's City Kittens in this year's Kitty Bowl. The kittens played their own mini game of football, and it was just as adorable as it looks and sounds.
The original idea for the Kitten Bowl was we always saw the Puppy Bowl, and it's always a lot of fun. It's a big thing on TV. We thought, why don't we do it? We'll bring in an MC, we'll film this whole thing live, and just see how these cats perform in comparison to the dogs.
Well, many touchdowns were scored, and all of the cats that you saw in the big game were also available for adoption. The annual Kitty Bowl helps raise money and bring attention to local cat rescues. And new today on Most Buffalo, we're taking a closer look at the history of the Buffalo Fire Department. There is a museum in the Lovejoy neighborhood preserving its legacy. Our Kevin O'Neill brings us there.
Hi from the Buffalo Fire Museum, the Lovejoy district of Buffalo, right on William Street. I love it here. This is Jim Albert. Nice to see you. You guys did an outstanding job with this.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna bring my 7-year-old daughter here.
Oh, she'd love it.
I think she would. Just what do kids love about this?
They get to try on the turnout gear, have a picture taken by mom and dad if they want to. They can take the simulator for a spin. It's a tillered apparatus. Try the alarm boxes. Just walk around and see everything that we have here.
It's but you could touch vehicles and stuff, and there's stuff behind glass, but there's stuff that you could just get real next to and see how they did it 100 years ago.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
This is what are we celebrating here? I guess we should talk about the point of the museum.
I would say the history of firefighting in Buffalo, how it developed, and how the dedication for over 100 years still goes on today.
I mean, but you guys got buckets.
Buckets, pompier ladders, which aren't even used anymore, all sorts of helmets, and every time I come in here, I see something new that I haven't noticed before.
If you've been in Buffalo for a generation or two, you probably know a Buffalo firefighter.
Oh,
there's going to be something that connects with you here.
There is.
So what's the best opportunity, but the best way for people to come here and take a look?
We're open Saturday starting at 10 o'clock, and we stay open till about 4 o'clock. If a church group or scout troop or any group would like to come in, we're welcome. We'll make special accommodations during the week to open up and have them come in and look around.
Yeah, it's absolutely free, and it's heated. Again, thank you very much, Jim. I appreciate it. The Buffalo Fire Museum on William Street. The website, it's bfhsmuseum.org, I believe, or just Google Buffalo Fire Museum. It'll pop up on your side in the Lovejoy District of Buffalo. I'm Kevin O'Neill, Channel 2 News.
Well, we have more to come here on Most Buffalo. We are looking ahead to the summer. We're warming up, and we are talking about how New York State parks are looking for lifeguards right now. We'll have the details when we return. Back now on Most Buffalo, and we're talking about summer. We are looking ahead. New York State Parks is getting an early start on hiring lifeguards for the 2026 season. Several qualifying test dates are now on the calendar for people interested in working at state parks across Western New York. Here to tell us more is Niagara Region Director Mark Mistretta and Regional Water Safety Coordinator Helen Drzmala. Thank you both so much for being here on Most Buffalo and giving us a reason to talk about the summer. Helen, if you want to explain what you're looking for right now for when it comes to lifeguards.
Yeah, thank you for having me. So we are really looking for anyone who wants to be a lifeguard. It's a great job. It's a very self-rewarding job. You're out there in the best time of the year if you live in Buffalo anyway. And then you're out there helping people, and the skills that you learn you can take away with you. They're great for resume building for the future. And working for parks, we offer a higher pay rate than most lifeguard opportunities at $21.86 an hour, as well as union benefits and just openings for more career paths within New York State Parks.
Did you start as a lifeguard?
I did start as a lifeguard, so I was a perfect example. I was a lifeguard for several years. I absolutely loved it. And now I'm the water safety coordinator, and now I'm here on Channel 2 News. So start here, go anywhere is what I like to say.
That's amazing. And yeah, what kind of person makes a good lifeguard, especially for the New York State Park System? Where are you looking to fill the jobs, and how might they be different than a lifeguard at maybe an indoor-outdoor pool in a neighborhood?
Yeah, so we're looking to fill positions at our 4 facilities. We have Fort Niagara Pool Facility, Beaver Island State Park, Woodlawn Beach State Park, and Evangola State Park. And to be a lifeguard, we're really looking for anyone who is in good physical condition, who has good swim endurance. We're looking for them to have summers available. So college students, high school students are perfect candidates, but we don't want to forget about the teachers and the coaches. This is a great opportunity for them as well.
And starting at 15 and 16 years old, there's opportunities though.
Yes, you have to be at least 15 to work at our pool facility in Fort Niagara and 16 to work at our other beach facilities.
And Mark, how do the lifeguards kind of help bring these areas, these parts of the parks more to life in the summer?
Those are the words I was going to use. They bring
Literally.
it to life.
Yeah.
Literally. Well, people like to know that when they go somewhere, they're going to be safe, that they've got all eyes on them, and that's one of the features we offer in summer. There's nothing better than if you go to Woodlawn. We call it like the Jones Beach of the West. Beaver Island, incredible, beautiful scenery on the river. And of course, Evangola down south. Beautiful beaches that complement the parking, the playgrounds, and the other amenities we offer in these parks.
And what are some things that lifeguards may do on the job that people may not be aware of, or may not know kind of behind the scenes?
Yeah, some other things they do other than supervising the water is they actually get paid to work out, so they can run, swim, kayak, rescue board, and then they do group training where they're practicing doing CPR with multiple rescuers, backboarding, rescue boarding. It's a lot of fun, and you're out on the beach.
Exactly, and then in the best weather of the year, interacting with the public and all the visitors.
Well, the communication is really important for the lifeguards. The training's important. They incorporate that into their everyday cycle of being out there, and it all complements the governor's initiative, Learn to Swim program. That's really a push to get people offline and outdoors, and it's just another way that the governor wants to really get that in people's mind.
And the more people that can swim, the safer the entire community
Absolutely.
is, especially on the beaches and at the park. So, Helen, if people want to learn more and they want to sign up for one of the qualifiers, what should they do and how can they do it?
Yeah, so to learn more, to first become a lifeguard, we do require 3 certifications. That's CPR for the professional rescuer, and that needs to be certified every year. And then we require waterfront and lifeguarding certifications. Once you have the certifications, the next step is to pass a qualifier. And that is the first step to our interview process. So that's where we test you on your CPR competence and your swim endurance. So the first part of the qualifier is doing the CPR portion. It's where you do 2 minutes of CPR on a suspected drowning victim, which don't worry, it's our mannequins. And you use a pocket mask. And then we go into the swim section, which you have to be able to swim a 200-yard swim in 4 minutes or less. Then we do a brick event. So you have to do 20 yards underwater, you swim into the deep end, touch the wall, then you're allowed to surface, look for the brick, dive 12 feet down, retrieve the brick, and tow it back to the shallow end, and then a 50-yard swim in 45 seconds or less, And lastly, you do a rescue event where you rescue our technician. You do a rear active rescue and tow them back 20 yards back to the shallow end of the pool.
I feel like I need to clap for everyone that's ever passed that qualifier. So it just shows you how qualified the lifeguards are at the state parks, that they can do all of that just to get the job. That's amazing. That's
And
amazing.
it's important to note the state pays for the certification.
Wonderful.
So we do the rigorous training, we pay for it all. We want the best candidates and we want them interested.
Mark and Helen, yeah, what's the website if people can go find out or can go sign up?
You can find more on our website at parks.ny.gov.
Thank you both so much for being here. Hope you find the best lifeguards ever this year. And the Olympics start this Friday to another athletic event. There is a push to honor the magic of the 1980 Games. Fundraising is underway for a life-size monument to the Miracle of Ice in Lake Placid. Our Pete Gallivan brings us the story.
This is a project of passion.
I consider myself extremely lucky.
Sculptor Rob Eccleston grew up in Lake Placid and, like so many others, was moved by a miracle. And now that he's an accomplished memorial sculptor, he had an idea for his hometown. He wanted to use his art to celebrate the men behind that miracle.
When you do a memorial, you want to like the people you're memorializing. Yeah. And it's very easy to like these guys.
In 2015, he was able to present the idea and 3 designs to the team, which had gathered in Lake Placid to celebrate the 35th anniversary of that huge win over the Soviet Union and their subsequent gold medal. Jeff Potter, the president of the nonprofit group Friends of the 1980 Miracle on Ice team, says that the group had no problem deciding what image they wanted as their legacy in bronze.
They all chose the one of them. No names on the back of their sweatsuits, on top of the podium with their hands raised in the air, their fingers pointed, and just after they received the medal.
When they come to Lake Placid, the first thing they think about is the 80 Olympic hockey team and obviously Eric Heiden. And I think to have a statue here for people to be able to share in that moment, be a part of that moment, take a picture in front of it or whatever, I think it would be just the lasting tribute to our team.
Mike Eruzione was the captain of that team, and he says the boys also wanted to make sure another athlete who made history on the ice at Lake Placid was remembered and honored.
He's also doing one of Eric Heiden. So we've got a standalone monument that will go down on the oval for Eric Heiden. That was when we started this in 2015, and the team was here for the 35th anniversary. That was one of the deals, was to make sure that they honored Eric Heiden as well.
Eric Heiden became the first person to win 5 gold medals in the same Olympics, taking 5 speed skating events from the 500 all the way up to the 10,000 meter, setting an Olympic record in every one of them.
This memorial is a long time coming, and I wish it was done like 10 years ago. Not only because I was younger, I could probably work faster, but because more of them would have been around.
3 players and Coach Herb Brooks have passed since the 80 Games. The Heiden Monument will be on the Olympic Oval, while the Miracle on Ice Monument will stand right in front of the Olympic Center, which houses the Herb Brooks Arena. They hope to unveil it in 2030 for the 50th anniversary. In the meantime, work continues on the fundraising side of things to raise the $5 million that will cover the cost of the celebration, the sculptures, and their upkeep.
It was such a memorable moment for the nation back in 1980 that we're hopeful that people remember it and will donate, whether it's $19.80 or $100 or whatever their philanthropic budget is.
And the Milan Cortina Olympics start on Friday. We have more to come here on Most Buffalo. When we come back, we're going to hear about how 4 First Ward breweries are collaborating, all to help their neighborhood. That's when we return. Finally today on Most Buffalo, 4 breweries in Buffalo's Old First Ward are teaming up, all to give back to their neighborhood. Resurgence Brewing Company, Frequentum Brewing Company, Breyer Brothers Brewing Company, and Old First Ward Brewing Company have launched a community collaboration, and it's called For the Ward. Here to tell us more are Madeline Mulholland with Resurgence, Joel Betty with Breyer Brothers Brewing Company, and Claire Sumbrum from the Old First Ward Community Center. Thank you all for being here on Most Buffalo. Madeline, let's start with you. How did this first get started, and what's the idea behind it?
Yeah, so I mean, all 4 breweries are all breweries in the Old First Ward community. We all like collaborating wherever we can. You know, it's fun to make beer with your friends at the end of the day. So this is a kind of, you know, brewed out of that. But also we think it's important to give back to the community that we're in, which is the Old First Ward. So this is a really great way for us to not only bring new faces into the Old First Ward neighborhood, because there's a lot of things that have changed over the last 10 years people don't know about, but also give back to the Old First Ward Community Center while also having fun and talking about beer.
So you each have a new beer out just for this promotion. So explain a little bit about that.
So every brewery has their own For the Ward Pale Ale. It's each brewery's new interpretation of a pale ale. So they're all going to be similar but still unique and distinct and different. So people can go to each brewery, they can try the For the Ward Pale Ale at each stop. They get a stamp on a card, and they can turn in their completed stamp card to any of the breweries that are participating, and you're going to get a For the Ward pint glass as a thank you. And then $4 for every stamp card turned in goes to the community center.
Very nice. And this is yours, a Resurgence. Yes. Anything you want to say about it?
I think it's really good. I'm obviously very biased. I do love a pale ale. I think it's a really fun beer to do. It's a very classic beer, which feels very fitting for the ward. I think it's really good. I think everyone's going to like it.
And Joel, tell us about yours at Breyer Brothers.
So we went with the traditional pale ale. So as Madeline was saying, pale ale is very unique in terms of like the diversity. Like, so you can make it whatever you kind of want to be like, and you're still going to hold on to the true essence of what a pale ale should be.
What should a pale ale be?
That's a great question. So the way that we went about it is we did a traditional pale ale. So you're going to start with the citrusy notes with a little bit of a pine finish to it as well. And then you're just going to get a clean, refreshing finish at the end. Yeah. So it's something that's super palatable, something that'll make it easy to be able to, if you want to try and knock out all 4 in one day, you're not going to be stumbling on your way out.
You should be able to do it safely, hopefully, if you have a ride home. Was the green intentional, or is all the packaging green?
Yeah, a lot of the the imagery you're going to see for this campaign across all of the breweries, you're going to see a lot of green. We're heading into St. Patrick's Day, so the program itself runs from Thursday, February 5th through March 31st. Really good timing for St. Patrick's Day. So it's going to be really great. You can go enjoy the ward during the St. Patrick's Day season. And yeah, try all the pale ales.
And Claire, what does this mean to see all the breweries coming together for the Old First Ward Community Center?
It's amazing. This is our second year doing this with them. So the collaborations have been unbelievable in the ward. The Old First Ward Community Center stands on its own right. With funding as a nonprofit, we have all these programs that go on there. But the coolest thing is, as we get new neighbors, everybody's really reaching out to say, hey, how can we help? So now, focusing on the Old First Ward Community Center being the hub of our neighborhood, it's just, I think it's great that we're all coming together, and it's beautiful, really.
And we are heading into St. Patrick's Day time. Yes. Shamrock Run is coming up. Anything you can share about that?
So the Shamrock Run is going to be March 7th this year. Numbers are crazy. We have a new course this year that's great. We're going by all the breweries down in the Old First Ward. We kind of took it back to the streets this year, so that's really cool. We're going to be finishing right before the finish line. You go past the center, so there's going to be a big party there. Everybody cheering on, and we're all going to be.
And like you said, you can maybe stop and just participate in the beers on your way. It goes past all through. Yeah. Joel, I don't think you said where's Breyer Brothers located?
So we are technically just on the outskirts of the Old First Ward. We are in the Valley neighborhood, but we are just off of South Park and Van Rensselaer. We're in the old Buffalo Malting Company silo. So we refurbed the old grain silo and put our tap room and brewery in there, and it's a really unique venue and really cool to check out.
Very nice. And people are probably familiar with where Resurgence is, but just in case they're not.
55 Chicago Street. You can always come by. I always like to plug our parking lot. If you're not from the city or you're not familiar with it, parking is obviously very hard. We've got a big parking lot, so you can bring all your friends and family down.
And where's the Old First Ward Community Center?
62 Republic Street, right in the heart of the Old First Ward community.
And where can people find out more about For the Ward? Just at the breweries probably is the best place,
You can visit the breweries, you can visit any of our social medias, any of our websites. You can always call the tap rooms as well.
And you have until March 31st to go try these beers and try to stamp your passport and help the Old First Ward Community Center. Thank you all for being here. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you so much. We're going to take a look at Groundhog Day celebrations in Buffalo over the weekend. Take a look at this.
2, 3, hit the prediction!
Buffalo Bert may want to go back into hiding for a while. He called for 6 more weeks of winter and did get booed over the weekend. This was at the 13th annual Buffalo Groundhog Day celebration at Banshee Irish Pub, where organizers say the popular event is making a difference in the city.
Eventually, we decided that we should do something good with the proceeds from the party. So we started donating money to local animal charities. And as of today, with this event, we'll be able to donate $10,000 more this year. And that'll bring our grand total to $80,000 donated for the lifetime of the event.
Now, Buffalo Bert claims to be 100% accurate, but for what it's worth, Puxatawny Phil also saw his shadow, while Dunkirk Dave did predict an early spring. And we thank you for joining us for this edition of Most Buffalo. We'll be back here on Thursday for another live show, and you can always catch us on demand right here on WGRZ+. Download on your TV and watch for free. Have a great day, and thanks again for joining us.